Senior High School General Mathematics Core Subject. Operations on Functions. Learning Goals. At the end of the lesson, the student is able to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and composition of functions. Operations on functions. Adding, subtracting, and multiplying two or more functions together will result in another function. Dividing two functions together will also result in another function if the denominator or divisor is not a zero function. Definition. Let f and g be functions. The sum denoted by f plus g is the function defined by f plus g of x, which is equal to f of x plus g of x. The difference denoted by f minus g is the function defined by f minus g of x equals f of x minus g of x. The product denoted by f times g is the function defined by f times g of x equals f of x times g of x. The quotient denoted by f divided by g is the function defined by f divided by g of x equals f of x divided by g of x, excluding the values of x where g of x is equal to 0. Example, consider the following functions and determine the following functions. Solution. Let's start with letter A. b plus g of x, we know that this is equal to b of x plus g of x. Let's replace the values of these functions from the given above. b of x is x squared plus 5x plus 4, while g of x is x squared plus 2x minus 8. Since both of these two functions are preceded by a positive sign, we simply drop the parentheses. Then combine like terms. X squared plus x squared is 2x squared, 5x plus 2x is 7x, and 4 minus 8 is negative 4. Next we'll have letter B, f times p of x. We know that this is equal to f of x times p of x. Let's try to replace our functions. F of x is x plus 3, while p of x is 2x minus 7. As we can see, this is simply a product of two binomials, which means we can employ the FOIL method of multiplying two binomials. Let's start with x times 2x, that is 2x squared. Next is x times negative 7, negative 7x. Next is 3 times 2x, that would be 6x. And last would be 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. Then we combine like terms. We have negative 7x plus 6x, that would be negative x, which results into simply 2x squared minus x minus 21. Next we'll have letter C, f plus h of x, which is the same as f of x plus h of x. Let's write down our functions. F of x is x plus 3, while h of x is x plus 7 all over 2 minus x. We combine this expression by addition of fractions. First, we write down the denominator of x plus 3, which is 1. We then get the LCD between 1 and 2 minus x, that is simply 2 minus x. Divide 2 minus x by 1 times x plus 3, x plus 3 times 2 minus x, plus divide 2 minus x by 2 minus x, that is 1, times x plus 7. Simplifying further, notice that the first part of the numerator is simply a product of two binomials, x plus 3 and 2 minus x, to which we can employ the FOIL method. X times 2, that is 2x. X times negative x is negative x squared. 3 times 2 is 6. And last is 3 times negative x, negative 3x. The last part of the numerator is the expression x plus 7, which is preceded by a positive sign, so we simply drop the parentheses. Simplifying further, we can arrange the terms in our numerator and combine like terms, resulting into negative x squared plus 13 all over 2 minus x. The last part of the solution is to factor out the negative sign from the numerator and the denominator. We could cancel that out to arrive at the final answer, x squared minus 13 all over x minus 2. Next, we'll have letter D, p minus t of x, which is the same as p of x minus t of x. We write down our functions. P of x is 2x minus 7, while t of x is x minus 2 over x plus 3. As before, we combine these fractions together. We write down the denominator of 2x minus 7, which is 1. We get the LCD between 1 and x plus 3. X plus 3. X plus 3 divided by 1 times 2x minus 7 minus x plus 3 divided by x plus 3, which is 1, times x minus 2. Simplifying further, we perform the FOIL method on the two binomials 2x minus 7 and x plus 3, while we distribute the negative sign to the group x minus 2. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 3 is 6x. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. Negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. Minus negative 1 times x is negative x. And negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. Rearranging and combining like terms, we'll then arrive with the final answer, 2x squared minus 2x minus 19 all over x plus 3. Finally, we'll have letter E, v over g of x, which is the same as v of x over g of x. Let's write down the functions. v of x is x squared plus 5x plus 4, while g of x is x squared plus 2x minus 8. To simplify, we factor each of these trinomials into two binomials, resulting into x plus 1 times x plus 4, x plus 4 times x minus 2. We cancel x plus 4 from the numerator and the denominator to arrive with the final answer, x plus 1 over x minus 2. Composition of functions. When an output of one function is used as an input for another function to produce another function, this new function is said to be a composite of the two original functions. Definition. Let f and g be functions. The composite function denoted by f of g is defined by f of g of x, which is equal to f of g of x, wherein g of x is inserted inside f of x. The process of obtaining a composite function is called function composition. Example: consider the following functions and determine the following composite functions. Let's start with letter A, g of f of x. First, we write down the first function, g of x. G of x equals square root of x plus 1. Now, from the evaluation of functions, we know that in order to get the composite function, we insert or substitute the value of f of x as a function inside g of x. What that means is we need to replace all x in g of x by the expression 2x plus 1. Then simplifying, we'll have 2x plus 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then square root of 2x plus 2. Next is letter B, q of f of x. As before, we write down first our first function q of x. Next is that we replace all x in q of x by the expression for f of x, which is 2x plus 1. Notice in the resulting expression we have the square of binomial for 2x plus 1, and as the middle term we have negative 2 times 2x plus 1 then plus 2. What we need to do now is to perform the square of binomial for 2x plus 1. As for the middle term, we simply distribute negative 2 to 2x and 1. We'll then arrive with 4x squared plus 4x plus 1 minus 4x minus 2 plus 2. Then we combine like terms. The final answer would be 4x squared plus 1. Next is letter C, f of r of x. Again, we write down the first function, f of x. Then we replace all x in f of x for the expression for r of x, which is the expression 2x plus 1 all over x minus 1, resulting into this expression. So to simplify, first we distribute 2 to the numerator 2x plus 1, resulting into 4x plus 2 all over x minus 1. Then we combine these fractions, resulting into 4x plus 2 plus x minus 1. Combining like terms, we have 4x plus x is 5x, and 2 minus 1 is 1. So the final answer would be 5x plus 1 all over x minus 1. Finally, we'll have the last example, letter D, f of r of 5. As before, we write down first our first function. Our first function is the capital F of x, which is equal to the floor function x plus 1. Then we replace all x in this function by the expression for r of x, which is the expression 2x plus 1 all over x minus 1. Now to evaluate this function, since we are looking for f of r of 5, we replace all x in this expression by 5. Now to evaluate, we need to multiply 2 times 5, that would be 10, then plus 1, all over 5 minus 1, then compute for the floor function of this result, then plus 1. We'll then have 10 plus 1 all over 4, that would be 11 over 4, or about 2.75. We then evaluate the floor function for 2.75. The floor function for 2.75 is equal to 2. Then finally, 2 plus 1 gives us 3.